who can help me with a serious issue I've got.
Apparently no one. Because you're the only one who seems to have beef.
If any of you out there know about microphones, please let me know. Because, actually just let Scott know, because he's gonna be the one to deal with it. I do not like these little microphones. The way that they are oriented, it's not good for a female shirt.
And this was a solution for the other beef that she had, which is the size of these little units that you can also just clip on your shirt.
I know, I will hold it, but I don't like that to be clipped on my shirt. I think it looks like an animal and I don't like it. Problem with me holding it is that I move it and so it's not consistent. Anyway, I'm just trying to perfect our volume for this growing YouTube channel.
Slow and steady.
Slow and steady, slow and steady. All right, what are we up to? What have we been up to?
Well,
also, welcome to the living room.
Yeah, here we are. We are getting ready, and this seems early, but this is where we do how we do it now. We're getting ready for our kids to go back to school.
Next week.
Monday.
So Henry's on the other side of the camera having a twitching attack. But I really don't like to think of it as back to school time because it still feels like summer.
It's absolutely summer.
It's, like the temperature, just the attitude is still very much like laid back. So I'm like, not until it was like late August am I like, oh, they're in school now.
They'll have been in school a month. But
yeah, but until then I'm like, it's still summer. It stays late, it's just fine.
So y'all did some school shopping today?
We did some back to school shopping. But yeah, that's we've been gearing up for that. And then also, we keep saying this, but if you are thinking about selling your house, let us know. Let us list your house. People are buying.
And they need houses to buy.
We need houses for people to buy. And so let us know. People are also still selling their houses, but we just would like to see more of them. So we spent a good amount of time in the last week looking at houses, some very specific needs involving chickens and other specific needs.
Yeah. Well, one of our buyers, who were friends of ours that we got under contract, they needed more space and they had a little more broader range of properties that they would consider, but we finally found a perfect one for them and they pulled the trigger immediately.
Yeah, it was great. We still have some other people looking, just haven't found the right thing yet, but with somebody, we've talked about it before, but if you have, it's twofold. On one hand, it's really nice if somebody's like open to lots of different types of houses, properties. They're not super honed in on that. Or if it's the search is too narrow, that can be hard. But it also does help, like, shrink. I can't speak today. Shrink the search. Like a client who's looking for a place where he can have chickens and some other animals. So, it's probably not going to be in a neighborhood.
And in some municipalities as well that don't allow those things. Right. So yeah. So anyway, if you got a chicken-friendly home, let us know.
Let us know.
Yeah.
You had an inspection review plus a blue tape.
Yeah, for new constructions, if you're not familiar, we have, in addition to the inspection, we'll go and do a blue tape walkthrough where the buyer goes and just puts blue tape at spots where maybe there's some blemishes with paint or other items that need addressing. And so we did that on Saturday. And this particular contract, we had a limit of 50 items.
For the blue tape?
Yeah, 50 blue tape items. Our first pass through, we were over 70. And so we had to go and decide what was really important and got it down to our 50 items.
Fellow Keller Williams agent, shout out to Maurice, and I were talking yesterday about the beauty of buying new construction and how it really is one of the easiest ways to purchase a home. Because for the most part, the price is the price.
Yeah.
And then they're going to fix any significant thing, and then they'll even go, all the little knick-knacky things that you may want touched up. They're going to fix that. They also do concessions. And so while the price is kind of the price, they do offer concessions, appliances, money for appliances, blinds, gutters,
EV charger.
Fences. And so, if you're in the market for new construction, let us know, because
We got options.
there are options. There's some good options out there too. Not everybody wants new construction, totally fine, but they are easy. Or
Make our job a lot easier.
Yeah,
to
I
use.
mean, because you know what you're getting, and it's way less negotiating, honestly, right?
Yeah, and I think easier, like more peace of mind for a buyer. So like,
Yeah.
what do I not know? But
Yeah, especially buyers who are more nervous about home things. Like, it, a lot more peace of mind for those types of buyers. Okay,
Is this where you surprised me with the question?
I was about to surprise
We
you
need to
with a
call this
question.
segment something. We'll work on that.
Okay,
We'll
we'll
workshop it.
workshop it. Okay, so what would you tell somebody it's like to work with your spouse?
Let me begin by saying it is a delight. We actually have this conversation pretty frequently with other people, and we often hear, "I could never."
I could never work with my husband or wife.
Yeah,
That's what they
now
say.
these are people who love each other,
Yeah.
so this is not, but they just, for whatever reason, they just don't think it would work. And I knew.
I think that's most people who
Yeah,
say that.
I think so, and it is. There are some challenges, and I'm not going to just be vague about that. I'll tell you what they are. But overall,
I have some too.
Overall, they are. I mean, for us, I really enjoy it, and I don't have any regrets about. I feel like for a while I was like really encouraging you to think about it and to
I wish we'd started sooner.
yeah, and I'm really happy that we have, and so first of all, just to be clear, I get to edit this. I'll make sure that's in there. But I'm no regrets. Very, very happy that we've made this decision.
Same.
Some of the challenges that we face are, and this is probably more. It's probably true of most people that would work with their spouse, but it's especially true of me. Is the difficulty it is to have a boundary between work and home, because that table right behind me is where I work and I am in my home. And so I've tried to be a little more deliberate about that and have more, and this is, yes, it is spouse related, but
I'm like, but you need to answer my question.
well, and because the conversations that I tend to have a lot of times, even outside of work hours, are about work, and you can kind of get frustrated with that at certain times. Like you have other things to talk about.
Yeah, I think the people want to know though what it's like to work with me. Like,
Oh.
that's what I'm going to say, because I'm going to say, to be honest, like, it can be frustrating because there's no separation.
It's a lot of me.
It's a lot of Scott. And I came from an environment where I had a lot of employees that I was surrounded by, and so more interaction instead of just, like one lovely coworker. But I think the challenging thing is when there is a disagreement of any kind,
Personal or work.
personal or work, it all feels
The same.
It all feels the same. It feels like the disagreement is with my coworker and my husband.
Yeah.
And so I think there's that. I remember one time very vividly where we had a disagreement about something, and it was in the car on the way to show some people out. So the whiplash of
We gotta be friends again.
we were having a disagreement, and then we have to get out of the car and be.
Act like we love each other. We do.
We do, and that's what's good, is that that's where we start. And so no matter what happens disagreement wise for work stuff, we go back to that. And so I think that is a funny thing. That's like what stand out to me is like having to go back and forth between, any kind of I say disagreement, but it may true transparency. Earlier today, Scott asked me if I liked something. I said no.
I said, "Do you want to do
He
it?"
said, "Do you want to do it?" Now I'm laughing about it. In the moment, it wasn't that way. But then you have to, get back to the task at hand. So I think when we're learning how to do that better, I mean, we're 3 years into that. And so, it is not without its challenges. But also, for me, I genuinely enjoy being around Scott.
Who wouldn't find me delightful?
So it's nice that I genuinely enjoy being around you, and we do most things together anyway.
And we're generally pretty aligned in,
Yeah.
in what our vision for what we're doing. Another challenge would be if we weren't that way, that would be difficult.
Yeah.
And this is not something that happens often, but like, for me to delegate something to you is challenging for me, but it's not for you. Like, you're like, fine, I'll do whatever.
Yeah.
But for me, it's always like,
But I've always had the position, been in a position where there was a boss, and we're less boss,
yeah.
employee, more partner. But I've always been in a position where someone's like, here, do this. I'm like, okay. So that's not as challenging for me as it is. Scott's never really had to like delegate things
Well,
before.
she's been working in an office environment for her whole career. I almost exclusively, I mean, earlier I was in the office, but most of the last 15 years I've been working from home. And so if I want something done, I did it.
Yeah.
And so that's why maybe I find delegating a little bit harder.
Yeah, and then for us, we definitely have some strengths and weaknesses where the other person fills that in. Like, thank goodness for Scott and his technology savvy ways, because I can literally say, let's do this thing, let's record a video. And there are lights and there are microphones that I may or may not like, and the sound works, and he can go and edit it, and then he airdrops me the video and I can go post it. And so I think we're paired nicely for that type of thing. In areas where I am stronger in, maybe organizationally wise, I help there too.
I'm going to insert a clip from Rocky here about gaps. She got gaps, I got gaps. We fill each other's gaps.
I don't see it. What's the attraction?
I don't know. Fills gaps, I guess.
What's gaps?
I don't know, gaps. She's got gaps, I got gaps. Together we fill gaps. I don't know.
So I think, working with your spouse is not without its challenges. And we have had to work probably harder on the two of us since we've been working together. It just exposes a lot of things about each other. When you're with somebody all the time, annoyances which may not ever surface before, like, that's super annoying that you do that. But if I was not here to hear the annoyance, because I wouldn't be out of the house, then I wouldn't know that annoyance existed.
Yeah. And I think what it also does is it allows us to enjoy time away. Like, our vacations now are fun. I know I'm not ruining them with work, but I've tried to do a better job of that too.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting how many people say I could never work with my spouse. Maybe we should start asking more questions about why you could never work with your spouse.
Yeah. But we do have a real estate coach too that sometimes has to help us to navigate that to some extent too, which is good, because it's probably easier for me or Amanda to take direction, or even not necessarily criticism, but some sort of advice from a third party who's a professional at this, than it would be for me to say, you need to do better at this, or she tell me you need to do better at that.
That's more likely.
She never has any problem with that, but for me to accept it, it may be a little more difficult from a spouse than it is from somebody else. So we have a little bit of a referee there sometimes. Not that we need a referee, but it does help.
Yeah, so we're still. People always say, how's it going working with Scott? I'm like, well, we're still married.
23 plus years.
23 plus years, and I think it's good.
Yeah.
So I give it 2 thumbs up. Do you? All thumbs up.
Yeah. See you next time.
There he is, bringing the energy down. Like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.